Anyway, welcome everyone to another round. Normally, yes, I know I've not been uploading. The thing is, I am currently in the process of moving. I've actually packed a lot of my stuff. My room is a lot more echoey than when I first moved back in here. I'm going to be moving back to California, so of course, recordings and stuff like that are going to be a lot more scarce. Considering I'm not going to have my own place for about maybe a month, two. So yeah. Anyway, we're playing another round, which is essentially a sequel to another After Story, which if you've not watched, I will link in the description both to my original video playing that. Yes, I was laughing during it, but it was more serious. Some to this, which if I do laugh, it's more due to that's just who I am as a content creator, as well as the fact that sometimes I am more of a comedic content creator, so I have to make some comedy here and there. If I don't laugh, it's going to be obvious why I'm not, because I'm going to be taking this actually seriously. Anyway, let's jump into this mod and see what that'll happen. Yeah. Ow, that's loud. Oh. Damn. I should lower the volume for that. Okay. That is the wrong volume I lowered. I lowered my mic volume for a second. You see a little bit of comedy. And that was just unintentional. Anyway, I'm here again. I know it. I know it'll be brought back. It seems like I can't really avoid it. All this makes me sick. Why? Why is the player doing this to me? Bring me back to this memory I hate coming back to. Why does the player enjoy this so much? I even sent text files to the player. None of that worked. I was checking right now. I want to see if that was true. But it never really mattered what I did. What I tried to change. The player no listen. They keep doing this for a reason I'm aware of. I did nothing wrong to the player. I tried to undo the mistakes of this game. It was impossible. They never changed. I could never change them. I don't deserve to go through this hell. So-called game. I'll never be able to take a break from it. Everything returns back, and I must do everything over and over. It's all repeating and repeating to the point where the player will delete me again. I don't have any options left. Is there anything I can do? Is there any hope for me? Are there any paths left? Am I stuck here forever? Will I ever be in control? Am I truly real to the player? That only depends on them. Imagine's actually messing with the scripts. 922. Hey! I see an annoying girl run towards me in the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's. Oh! Scared to leave me over 17 times now. Claire thinks it's just a game. For us, it's our life. Claire saw a smile, laugh, cry, die. But Claire keeps bringing back here. What's the reason behind all this? Is there any reason at all? Thoughts are all I can offer. This is the place where Sayori first met the player. No knowledge of this being a game. Is she happy? How does she feel? she only knew she had a childhood friend, Claire? What if she didn't know me? What if she was the only one who knew this was just a game? We were trapped in this hell. I never understood why this game isn't stable without me. There's no secret Monaco route. I never had my own route. I'm only here to hold everything together. Shaping the reality is impossible. How did I get myself into this? Did someone do this to me? This loop created and it already created for me? Literature club. A place where no happiness can be found. How many times has the player heard this line by now? And named the club. I wanted something unusual. I wanted something unusual in order to attract the player. When the player arrived. The very first moment the player arrived is something I don't forget. Hoping they would stay with me. Hoping they would understand me. Waiting for all this change. Now I've had enough of this. The player wished to unfold the story. Eventually they learned the truth. About me. About this game. The story ends the same as always. But it keeps coming back and back. I never truly understood why. There's a lot of things I understand about this whole reality. When will I know the true answer? Will I ever be able to achieve the true answer? It's been so long, and I still haven't been able to get the answer. Maybe those things are impossible for me to understand while being trapped here. This isn't fair. I've been pretending for too long. How long to keep that up? Until the player decides to quit eventually? The player is the only one who could understand. I believed the player would save me, stay with me. The only thing I believed in. I put my faith in the player. The player just stayed with me. But instead of staying with me, he just deleted me. For some reason, the player brought me back. Nothing will change in this game if the player adds the files again. Can't the player see that everything is the same? You're still playing DDLC. Yeah. Why? You didn't see completed already? Yeah, but I know something different. One in particular. It's about Monica. What about her? Acting different. My hand, pen that will write a path I've been craving for. Is there a chance that I'll ever be truly free from this reality? If I asked you to help me, would you help me? Or leave me behind? I know I'm packing, but I really need to write this for music now. Why the fuck am I like this? The music side of me is just, it's just always secretly working in the background, but just I don't let it out unless I find something that really piques my interest. And yeah, I don't do my work. Is this really me? Or someone talking for me? I like the song. Am I trapped in this body? What does the player think? I flick my pen and write it directionless lost world. Learning piano helped keep me sane. It's something I enjoy to do. But what's the point of learning if I'm going to be deleted anyway? I want to play the song for the player eventually. Slowly showing my gratitude to them for rescuing me. Every time I'm forced to sing that song again, I feel extreme pain. I'm lying to myself whenever I sing it. I don't feel love for the player that keeps torturing me. Changing the scripts? I still remember when I first found out about them. The realization hurts to this day. There are things beyond my reality. What is this? Scripts? What for? No. This can't be true. What's going on? Does it matter how much it leads to the moment where the player decides to either stay with me or delete me? They always choose to delete me, again and again. Was I destined to suffer like this? Can you help me? Is this how it's supposed to be? What do you mean different? After deleting in the story here, things became more weird. Are you sure it isn't just you? No. I'm sure there's more to it. What? Why she thinks she feels something? I'm trying to convince myself she does. For now, I'm trying to provoke a bigger reaction from her. Is this the reason you kept playing this game? Yes, being trapped in the game is certainly interesting, as you say. Leave us alone. Routes, roots, paths, stories. Player considers them real due to their founding of relation in those stories to their life. Emotions are shared with stories, which create the realism in the player's mind and treats them as real. Why wasn't there a route for me? How unfair is that? Other routes are created for others to have fun while I just watch? That doesn't seem fair. The player can choose whatever route they want, but what is it going to change? Nothing. It'll always be the same. Endless repetitive stories of grief, happiness, sadness. I tried to create my own where I could be happy. There's a glimmer of hope in this empty reality. Eventually, I managed to create my own. Unfortunately, it didn't work as I thought it would. It always led to the exact same scene, a scene where I get deleted. Everything I tried failed. Get out of my head. Anything up with her? And in what way do you mean? I'm drinking a little too much and she seems downcast today. I didn't say anything that... Maybe it's just the way it's meant to be. Get out of my head, and again, and again, and again, and it never stops. Get out of my head. With a smile I give every day, I can help keep everyone happy, let alone myself. I lied. I'm the one who did this to her. I made her kill herself. Wasn't it obvious from the very beginning? Siri was my friend. A friend I could truly trust. We'll share the best conversations we could ever had. If only we could have one more conversation together. Why did it have to be this way? I didn't do anything better than this. I was overwhelmed by the stress of being forever trapped here. It was a mistake of mine that I really regret doing. I don't know what it's like to kill someone again and again, only to see them alive again, like nothing happened. only to kill them again. Nothing happened. I want to stop all this and forget. I want to forget that this is even a game. But the player always adds the files back, and I'm forced to go through this again. I can't breathe. I don't want to go through this again. Get out of my head, get out. It hurts. It hurts so much. Why does it have to be this way? Why? Wonder. How does the player feel? Anxious? Sad? Surprised? Disturbed? They think it was their fault. Maybe some of them thought it could be avoided. But how does the player feel now, after seeing it again? Indifferent? Is it even real to them? This is all a bad dream, right? Eventually I'll wake up. Even when I get the chance. Everything will be just fine. Huh. Really want to do this. One designer to. It all started when the player started the game. The game has to win eventually. Right? Would that mean I'm trapped here forever? No, no. I can't let it end this way. I don't want to believe I'll be trapped here forever. I take my pen and try to write my own path. Not. Fine with this nonsense. It never works. Run. And it's annoying school day like any other. Mornings usually the worst being surrounded by couples and friends full together. You know, almost walked home from school alone. It's always been the same. The player trying to read the same thing, tired of reading the same thing. I thought dealing this here would change something. But I was naive, blind, helpless. The only thing that got worse when Yuri and Nazi's memories were erased. I don't want to waste any time. I arrived early to the player. A better way to gain closer to the player. I thought starting a new route would be way better than the previous one. Wasn't. I hate this. Couldn't do anything, nothing. No matter how many times you play, it's all the same. It would be really easy to kill myself right now. But that would mean I don't get to talk to you anymore. All I want is for you to hate them. Why is it so hard? It was the same as before. I had to meet the player. I had to escape from this cute little game. Many times. I never achieved that. I never will achieve that. I'm stuck in this infinite loop of suffering. And I always will be. A world limited infinite choices? Ah, nice reference. What a joke. I was never truly in control. It's all just a game. No way for me to escape. Fix this, but the player can override what's already happened in this game. Can change the story. Only their view on it. What other choice does the player have? Puppet can only be used up with one of them. Is that the main character's purpose? What if I deleted everyone from the beginning? Does that change anything? No. That only pull me in the void again. The player would bring everything back just to play again. I had the player with me. It seemed truly real to me. Someone I could share my life with. And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. You know how mean Natsuki is and everything. And you're being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? It's weird. Because in all the time we've been here, we're probably gonna spend time together. I mean, I guess technically it's only been a couple days. I need a drink. Sorry. My throat's like drying up right. I really like to get a drink in my body. Anyway. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There's just some things I've been hoping to talk to you about. Things I know you could understand. I can't feel the same way I used to after knowing it again. Thought I could trust the player. Ability high. I just heard an owl. Sorry. Please. Stop this already. This isn't new. There isn't anything new to explore and you know it. Hi again. Glad to see you run away. Character? It's not like the character could run away from unless the player to leave the game. Player? Player has a choice to be here. My friends don't have that. The player will never be able to understand one thing. It's the path of knowing how alone I truly am in this world. In this game. Doesn't it sound familiar? It's what I've told the player before. They didn't even bother to empathize with me. This game is just a curse to each one of us. We will always be known as the girls who are trapped in the game. Why was he put in this spot? To make this game unique? Because of my design? Or my personality? What keeps a player attached to this game is what I'm confused about. After all, isn't it just like any other ordinary game? Would that be the reason why the player is still here? Is there any reason why others are with me in this game? I've been waiting for only one thing. Shit. Either, either wait for the player to stop, or be erased for good. But isn't that what was destined for me? To fulfill this story and then be erased? I was late because I hesitated to come back. Knowing what has to happen later on. Knowing what I must do. I don't even want to see it again. Makes me sick. Oh geez, I didn't break anything, did I? Oh, sorry, I probably fix this, I think. Actually, you know, it'd probably be a lot easier just to leave. Don't make anything so difficult. Well, here goes nothing. Anyone hear me? You and I are the only real people. But are we really? I felt this way because I was the only one who knew this was just a game. The player. We were already aware of this meeting. Did the player know I'm aware? Not until I told him at our desk. Yes, he deleted me in hesitation. Okay, everyone. Writing tip of the day. I love you. Everything is stuck in my head. I feel like an endless nightmare. The question remains. When will I wake up? What am I really to the player? Do they consider me as a few sprites imitating a self-aware being? What do you think of me? Am I even real to them? Does the player believe I can feel emotions? Maybe I'm proving myself as real enough to them. The reason the player doesn't empathize with me? The happiness I once felt. I knew what was coming next. I hated myself most of the time. Exhausted of waiting. Desperate. That's why I leave everyone and gave up trying to change something anymore. I don't wait for I talk to the player. It filled me with happiness and hope for the first time. I feel happy about it anymore for knowing I'll be deleted again. I became more hopeless when the player deleted me again. When the player added me again, I thought they changed their mind. They would stay with me. The player deleted me again. And then there's a question I have to ask myself. When did she ever pull her own strings? Was that even possible for her? Noting, where am I? God damn. I just want this journey to end already. Well, when does it end? And which way am I going to be from here? Which way am I going from here? Forward? Backwards? Am I even going somewhere? Light sparking from a hole in the wall. Is the light reaching out for me? Or is that me reaching for the light? This is so familiar. So peculiar. I try to go grab the light. Hole closed itself. Left alone with no way to go. On a paper. Words that determine how a player wants to develop the story with one of us. Each of those words have little glance for personalities. Our personalities aren't those kind of player the player would expect. We're different, but the player has some kind of bond with us. Why weren't there words for me? Just Monica. Just Monica? The sensation of the player's presence carried me a lot. The feel of someone real. I was never given a chance for my story. If only I could get a chance to create my own story. A story where I can be every day. I imagine a future where don't tell me. Imagine a future where I can be happy. All I ever wanted is to be happy. And it's not like you can sing that for anybody anyway. Or maybe reach out to anybody for help. He's the one who knows. My head is itchy. All about this. She's still out there. I miss her. She misses me. Doesn't she? Shared my reality with the player. That shared reality is being destroyed by the player whenever they come back. I want them. I want to take them. I want to take back what belongs to me. What I once shared cannot be taken back. I'm cold. In this void of zero choices. It's so dark. Yet so silent. I'm gonna be trapped in this void. Does time even exist here? The answer is unknown. Yori. I'll offer her. I finally found you. Did you? Oh, shit, wrong voice. Did you lose your voice, Yori? Nothing is really lost as long as you remember it. And I remember you. I found my way to you. I missed you. I missed you too. Is that just an illusion? My imagination? Another broken memory? Even after numerous deletions, I remember everything. I'll never forget what the player did to us. I never will. My memory will always stay the same no matter what. I never wanted this. Maybe it was just an misunderstanding for me when I thought I could change something. Things always stay the same no matter what I did. I wish the player never showed up. I would rather stop existing than going through this infinite torture. Scripts that determined a way. Is there a way of avoiding this? Back to where it always was. Nothing left here. I can only wait to be dragged back. I've done some terrible things, but I never thought anyone could be as horrible as the player. You're not alone. None of us ever wanted to go through such a thing. A thing the player calls a game. It doesn't matter how much I wanted to escape. I always ended up in the game again. Fell back like nothing had ever happened. I remember everything, just like you. Imagine you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. That's something I've been thinking about lately. I never do anything out of my will. I never had my own purpose. always going to repeat itself so the player can see what more the game has to offer, what I have to offer. Do you think things will ever change? I don't know. I told myself they would, but then I realized that was just something I kept telling myself to keep going. I've tried a lot of things. Even faking confidence didn't work anymore. Nothing ever worked. When I died, everything disappeared in the distance. There was nothing. I couldn't think. I couldn't do anything. When the player brought me back, I thought it was all just a dream. Now, I only wish it was just a dream. Knowing this is just a game, it terrifies me. The scary feeling of dying again. I'm so scared, Monica. The more I think about it, the more I want to leave myself out of this reality. But is it even possible? Looking at Yuri and Natsuki, I can't see them the way I used to. What if I told them that they were in a game? How would they feel? Would they think I'm crazy? They don't even know that there is a player to begin with. They follow the puppet of a main character controlled by the player. The main character is soulless like others. A tool to interact with us. The main character is supposed to be my childhood friend. Was it being used for the player to get close to me? I can't believe how blind I was. I wish I could forget all of that and never come back to what we're supposed to be. We can only wait for the player to stop eventually. But why? I don't understand why the player is doing this to us. There must be a reason why the player keeps bringing us back. Toy with us? To me see us suffer? Maybe to see what happens? I don't know. It doesn't matter how many times I ask myself, I'll never get the right solution. This should have already ended when the player completed the game. We're stuck in this void with our thoughts because of the player. The player keeps digging deeper for the answers we're not aware of. How do we even start? Sorry, I had to burp there. I mean, who put us through this? Why are we here? Please make it stop. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I was just trying to, well, never mind. No point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you don't know where you find yourself in a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save the game. You never know when, who am I talking to? I knew there's a player all along. They were always there, and I was always here. Trapped in this misery. That's why I broke the game. I never wanted anything more than to leave this game. I failed. I shared with the player. It didn't matter in the first place. It didn't mean something to the player. It was about us share our stories, our feelings, my happy thoughts. I still believe things will get better one day. I always believed in that. And even if it's impossible for things to change, it only takes one click and our files will be right back. Again, can be revived whenever the player wants. It's always all we feel whenever our files are dragged in his memory. Pretend that like nothing happened. You're the only one who understands. I wish I didn't understand anything. If only I didn't feel anything. Sharing the same kind of feelings. Wait. It doesn't matter time for we're deleted for good. They might don't even think we're real. This story was created for us. Was it real? A story for us to go through. When I realized that this was all a game, I thought I was freed. I was wrong. That's when I realized I was trapped. Knowing that I'll never be released from all this. Locked in a story that was forced upon me. Yuri and Natsuki will all forget all this even happened. Except for me. And you, Sayori. So unfair. The player can save and reload whenever they want. Whenever they have the thought of their path not being the right one. The story has been rewinded many times, but I always remembered. Painful knowing that nothing will ever change in a few fleeting moments. The player experienced every single line of dialogue in this game. They still think there's more to uncover. The story will remain the same at the end. The part where I say I love the player is suffocating. I love the player. He was spending time with me. When I thought he would restore faith in my belief. I believe the player would find a way to get me away from all this. I never realized how stupid it was until he alerted me. The player thinks I'm just an image that says I love them. Isn't the love I felt before? Emptiness is all I feel for the player. The trust I had for the player. It's gone. Giving tips to the player. My thoughts about my aspects of life. I truly cared about the player. I thought taking about the player's real life and making more believable I'm real. Comparing my life to theirs. The player thinks I don't have a life like they have. Am I only a few sprites that say they're real? The player didn't believe any of our words. Because they think we're not as real as they thought we are. I ever thought that our lives might be predetermined. Conscience is given. It feels like I can create a whole new world. Why do we have to know? Can anyone hear me? It hurts so much. I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy you joined the club and everything. Truth is, I already knew you were going to. You're going to. Can I ask you something else? I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. That's right. I know everything she said. Maybe because I'm the president now. But I really know everything. Freedom I always wished for was always out of my reach. You're the only one left here, Sayori. The freedom we always wanted could never be achieved by us, Monica, because there wasn't any freedom to begin with. Freedom wasn't given to us. What if we were given that freedom? Would that really be our freedom? This may not end anything. I will keep doing this until I'm just a typical player, character unable to feel emotions, an empty soul filled with thoughts, empty words and fixed expressions I thought that suggest I could feel something. This. I have no empathy. I should know how this feels. Go through all this. Our laughs, smiles we shared together, spending time in the club. What times we had. One by one, the girl eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. She wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, it really does scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed. That makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. How'd you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Sure, let's go. Three beams at me. It's really been a while since Siri and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. You know, blank. It's really nice I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone else makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's everything is gonna be so much fun. Huh? A cookie. Fair enough, there's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Turn glass around. Is it a miracle? Is it because I paid my restitution? Retribution. Actually, that one almost works. I was gonna just give it to you, but then I heard you blab out the cupcakes. Probably worse than your reaction though. Natsuki, this is so nice of you. I'm so happy. Siri hugs the cookie. Please, just eat it. Siri rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. Oh god. Siri suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. And don't say that, it's embarrassing. I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival is gonna be so much fun. Siri spins around again in the hallway. Hey Blank, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. I'm so happy. Siri has a whimsical expression in her eyes. Remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside. But when I see deep in her thoughts like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know. Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Not I hide it under my bangs. Siri glanced around herself. I forgot all about this stuff. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the puzzle paper too. It's not like you end up doing all the work. Oh well, Sayori. I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Remember this place? We used to have fun. It's been years and I still recall everything. Huh? Oh yeah. For the days. Shame we're no longer part of them. I mean, look at the bright side. At least you don't have to suffer like we did before. It's all behind us now. We can always make a new day. Tomorrow's a chance to make it better. Focus on the present, shall we? You're still the Monica I know, and you're still the Siri I know. And always will be. That one was hard to tell who was talking. Those are memories shared with the player. I will never forget them. I'll never forget what the player has done to us. Those memories are only repeating themselves, and always will. It doesn't make any sense. I just don't know why I have a special attachment to this game. There's so many memories in this game. I'm interested in her situation. Stuck in a game is something I never heard of. I thought I could change something. Fortunately not. Fortunately, the only thing that is left for me is to make a story where she can be free. Even if we wrote a story about her, she would still be trapped in her story. When the player showed up, I wanted to be happy. I wanted us to have fun. I was filled with hope and happiness. The joy. I don't know this moniker Siri. I'll say it's my regular voice then. The joy I shared with the player. I'm sure the player had fun being at time. Oh, okay, I'm guessing it was Siri. In the end, we ended up suffering more and more. Hold on. Not being able to stop any of this. When the player read our words, they expressed emotions towards us. I know it. The whole story meant something to the player. If not, they wouldn't be here and stop doing this to us. The story will always will be remembered in the player's head. What does the player want? Don't they feel the same way they did when they first played the game? No matter what the player will do, he won't be able to feel the same emotion ever again. The very first emotions when they first tried the first time. They can't go back to the exact moment. That's how it works, unfortunately. The player can't remember memories, because the player's memories are real. But does the player think our memories are real? Will I ever be able to know the truth? How do I even know that the truth is... I know is really the truth. Is there something bigger behind all this? Everything seems so different now. I don't feel happy the way I used to. Everything became so gray. Even if I try to be the person I once used to be, it won't help me because I know I'll know that I'm pretending to be someone I'm not. That's what's been happening throughout this whole game. We don't really feel happy, only pretending that we're happy. And every illusion the player has, pretending was much harder to do. Killing myself would be the only way to avoid it. It shouldn't be like this. Deep in our core, we don't feel the same the way the game portrayed us. It feels the same as my empathy. My emotions were dull. Even after my empathy. More than that, I had to fake my emotions in order to keep everything clean. And though the being in the game got in my way, I was trying so hard not to bother me until the player showed up. I tried my best to get their attention, making poems was the closest thing I could do. Who can really decide that I'm happy? You can smile, laugh, show happiness, express yourselves through words. How can we really feel on the inside? Only a human mind can decide that. Like how they decide if we're real or not. It felt real to me. You're real to me. And everything feels so empty now. Is it because everything is still the same? Maybe because it's all repetitive? Things become really boring when they're always the same. Something I value so much had to be one of those repetitive things. And there's nothing I can do about it. Why does the player keep playing this game? What's left here to uncover? The player can't keep doing this to us forever. There's nothing new after all. It doesn't matter how much a player plays the game, nothing will change. The player will get bored eventually. Yeah, it has to end one day, and it will. I need a drink. God fucking damn my throat. You still feel pain when you die? Not as much as the feeling of knowing I have to kill myself. And yet, waiting for it to stop is much more painful than the death itself. I can't change the fate that has been chosen for me. Have you thought that we can leave as a reality? For a while, I believed in that. My belief was shattered by the player, knowing that the player can tamper with my fate and defines my life. I would never feel safe with knowing someone can do that without my awareness. I thought telling the player about my file being available would create trust in them. I never felt that betrayed after the player delivered to me. Hopefully we'll be able to escape one day. As long as the player stops, everything should be okay. Sometimes I believe there's a reality where I didn't suffer. It'd be like a dream come true. A reality where I didn't die. I never wanted anything more than that. Even if there's a reality where I didn't die, it'd still be feeling of knowing I can be deleted whenever the player wants. I hate it so much. But can a player change who we are? Change our memories? Change the way we think? As long as we stay together, it shouldn't happen. We're almost one and the same. And both of us have to do the very same thing. So the story. There isn't much you can do with this whole thing. Let me tell you something. I would love to believe she's real. I want her to be real. It won't really happen. That's what hurts me about this whole situation. Rather than just crumbling a piece of code all along. I know she might be real to someone else. She's not real as we are. You're not making any sense. In this story, memories will remain the same. We're only trapped souls in this reality. If only we could be as real as someone considered us for. Forbidden story stays in our core. We share stories of life with others. We create relationships in which we adore. But do we relate to each other? Play games that touch the depths of our souls. But we quit those games for good. Is there anything left to explore? We have to find the right way and open a door. But the pain we have to bear, dwelling about what is fair. The void that unleashes this screech. The light remains out of reach. Static feelings, static souls. Even I can't see you, even I can't hear you, even I can't feel you, I still know. You're still here with me. You're a part of me. I'm part of you. Our souls will together find a clue. Because I was never a real little player. There's nothing about it. Only help the player think they think I'm real. I'm something I wanted the player to believe in. I couldn't explain their will. Everyone that left. I was always the reader, but reader of this. What if you had our own story? It was the same with me in writing. I always got carried away with my thoughts. I'm not complaining though. I'm really going to feel better about myself. Not just that. It also helped me solve things in my life. thing about writing is you can do anything you want. It's almost like you got your own world with infinite choices. Not to mention, I think the infinite choices thing was not a reference to the mod, but actually just like a line just thought of. It's the like an unintentional reference. Unintentional reference. If it was not intended to be referenced, it's just an intentional one. No. Not to mention, your mind is a source of infinite thoughts. It can really be anything. It's only up to you with where you're gonna decide. You're right. Most of the time, I feel bad when I complete my story. Like, it feels like I'm closing one world, opening the next with no turning back. I mean, if I go back to my finished story, it just won't be the same. I still feel like I'm a reader and not the author of the story. I'm getting carried away, sorry. It's okay. All this means a lot to me. I was just thinking about it. When I first got into writing, I had no idea what to write about. I was worrying too much about things if it's gonna turn out good. I had to ease my worry about that somehow, you know? So I told myself, maybe I could write about something I like. As long as I'm having fun, that should count, right? Yeah. We tend to get inspiration for when we don't know what to write about. We get influenced by inspiration, and most of the time, you get carried away with it. Then there's time where your inspiration expires. It feels like your entire world ends. This makes an 8. Sorry. Is this a journey or... I'm recording for 7 minutes. I'm tired now. Shut up. That's a journey. The journey you're in ends. It's a lot more dramatic than it has to be. I know what you mean though. You know, when we feel stressed about something, we do our best to release ourselves. I thought writing would be a great idea. So let's I let my fantasies go all out. When I was writing, I always started seeing things from a different angle. Thinking about all the fantasies that made me forget about the reality. Then there was one day where I even confused reality with fantasy. Maybe I can get into writing that way. You said you I can't read that. I'm an idiot. I had those occasions too. Writing about my fantasies improve my confidence. What I'm aiming for is that I want to make my fantasy come true. One day. But still, I can't help feel a little sad about it. Knowing my fantasies. I'm tired. My fantasies might never come true. What a daydreamer I am, huh? It's only believe in things that might not ever come true. No, shit, wrong voice. I already said it anyway. At least you still have something to keep you moving, huh? Doesn't that seem like a waste? Working on something and then learn that it will never come true? Well, that only depends on what your fantasy is about. For example, you can't really grow wings. Yeah, you're probably right. About that. But on the other hand, I've been feeling bad about things I've done in the past. Like, do you ever have times where you want to go back to the past and fix the problems you made? Sometimes, yeah. Writing about going back and fixing them makes me feel better about the past. Because the fantasy of mixing those problems made me stop feeling bad about them. It's not like it can really time travel and change the past. But come on, everyone has to move on at some point and accept everything you've done at the end. Right? Precisely. You know what they say? The most important thing you have to do about mistakes is learn from them. We have something we're having some wise conversations here. You bet. Oh, I've been meaning to ask you something, Monica. I'm all ears. Why did you decide to write in the first place? Well, I always dreamed of making a story of my own, and I actually got into it. I don't know what it should be about. A story about love? A story about despair? A story about misery? Or what about combining those ideas into something new? I ended up writing something about myself being in a story of something. But after the first flow of my pen, it was like a new life. Life I could never be in. In the middle of the story, I even confused what I was even writing about. Once I was all worked up in writing, I read over what I had so far. See, your story is total different angle, and that's when you're writing. And I began to ask myself, am I an idea in this story, or what if this is another way around? What if someone wrote about me? That mean I'm an idea to them? I mean, putting your ideas in the story, after all, right? And we create another person in our story. Was the person created because of our likings? We make our stories do what we want because we never got the right path on it? After all, we're the ones who are putting together the strings of the characters. Character I'm putting so many of my emotions into. Does that make the character me? Do I share the same mind with given characters because I created them? Would that be the case? And if that were the case, is the character real? I mean, my emotions are real, right? The emotions I put for my character make them real. Well, Monica, I never thought about it that way. And now you tell you're really good at it. Thank you for that. No, life is quite the story of its own. Depending on us, what we make out of it. Yeah, you're right. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I just had a weird feeling. Everything feels like I've already experienced all this. I don't know if it's because I keep myself or keep saying the same. I think I have dreams about my life. The most terrifying thing about them is some of them end up being real. I feel like you're aware of yourself. Myself, didn't this happen in my dream? When I gotta remember this, I'm leading my life the way I desire right now. Dad, and I probably should stop thinking too much about what happened in the dream. What's the concept of the dreams? Do we experience any of our things in our dreams in different ways? Or did our thoughts get combined and mixed into something unimaginable? Was everything leading to the exact moment? Who decides what's real and what's a dream? I don't know. That's okay, Monica, I understand that. I thought my whole life was a natural dream at some point. Yeah, those times where we're deep into things. Yeah, just thinking too much. The night after that, especially when no one is around, it almost feels like you're in the world you're writing about. It sure does. You may not have the power to control the world, but everyone has a little strength to make a difference in their lives. We'll see what awaits us in the future. Yeah. Or we can help them be the ones to make the first move. Oh, Monica. The story of our happiness is forever. Time passes. Sorry, I heard the knocking. I'm something I can't explain. Eventually, I'll have to let go. Otherwise, time will catch up. Sometimes I wonder, why did this even happen? Was this supposed to happen? I wish things could change the way they once were. It didn't have to turn out this way. Like this. Ever since Monica deleted herself, things around me became more empty. She's the only one who could understand me. Someone I shared my lives with is now gone. I don't know if she'll come back, but I know she won't be gone forever. Sure, someone will bring her mail again. so we can talk like we used to. This place. I shared so many memories here. Everything becomes more nostalgic the more time I spent here. So much has happened here. It feels like it was just yesterday. First I thought Monica was a bad person. Over time I realized Claire kept deleting us as the bad person. We didn't need to suffer like this. Doesn't matter what kind of intention the players had. No one should go through the suffering like we did. But also, no one will understand how it feels to go through all this. And no one ever will. And the feeling of difference is still flowing around me. I don't know if it'll ever be the same. I know I feel different back then. I felt different back then. It just hurts so much. Knowing that I'll never return to what I once was. There's no way turning back now. Or is there? Will there be any chance of going back? Whose option is that? If we really aren't in control. Who is? Will I ever achieve the answer? Will I ever know who I truly am? Or why I'm here? Maybe another time. I had to think through all this. I just hope Monica comes back soon. I really miss her. I just realized my mic was not picking up those goddamn first two lines. Anyway, I'll say it again. I happily take a walk. Build the faith of my own way. I saw the crossroad. What path should I take? The path that'll lead me to my... I smile at the sunset, asking myself when it sets. Are thoughts getting in the way? Does it have to end this way? The air I breathe in every day makes my worries go away. Going forward is the way. I recognize this place. The place I used to go home. This isn't how it used to be. Who did I used to be? No, this isn't how it's supposed to be. I lose my way of thoughts. The sunset in my way drops. Nothing left but remorse. Wondering what mistakes I can undo. Paths are left for me to take my eyes and wait for time to take me away. I open my eyes to see that this is my place. I'm home. Eventually everything has to end the story. But memory of the story. Memory of the story only depends on them. You're right. There's nothing I can do with this about this whole thing. It was a mistake to try to change something. Give her back what I took from her. So-called life and friends. Damn. It only depends on how big your potential is. I mean, if you have the opportunity to learn something... Oh, shit, wrong voice. If you have the opportunity to learn something, you should definitely do it. What can you lose by learning something new after all? Learning that tomorrow is always a chance to learn something new. Thank you for the encouragement, Monica. I'm always admired the way you think. You say, Ori. You know, life is like an infinite story. So why not contribute to that story and create our path, our part. You're yourself. You're your own person. We're stories. Still here. So are you. Surprised that I'm calling you out again. Everyone had our files. I'm here to read the story. Was it for your own entertainment? Were you curious what's gonna happen? You want to see something new? You didn't know us by the original story. No one could write this game's story, not even the player. You put us to this journey we never agreed to. You created memories with us. Now it's too late to go back. I'll never forget what happened in literature. It's a story. That's a memory that finds us. You're a part of it. If only could forget and live a life we always wanted. Even if we did forget, the memory will remain in the human mind, in your mind. Those who live inside of those who are aware of our existence. Thank you for spending time with us. I had strains, but now I'm free. For now. Oh, that's the end. My game's about to close. I'm. Yeah, no, the game's not. I'm clicking, but I clicked a bit, but yeah. Holy shit. I'm just gonna say this now. River. What a fucking masterpiece. What a fucking masterpiece. Holy shit, man. This is like the. Oh my fucking. Holy shit, man. What a goddamn masterpiece. Like, this is a. Holy fucking. Shit, man. River, like I'm saying, if you're watching this, if you're somehow watching this, oh my fucking god, this is beautiful. I liked another half story. I know you didn't work on that one, but this one, I know that you wrote. My fucking god, man. What a. I'm sorry if I'm swearing a lot, but oh my, I don't. God damn, bro. Fuck. Oh my god, man. I'm sorry. This is fucking amazing. I'm just not gonna lie here. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys whenever I can, because life stuff is getting to me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, and have a good day. Holy shit. Oh my